The lost Confederate treasure is a legend that has captivated historians, treasure hunters, and dreamers for generations. It's a tale woven into the fabric of the American Civil War, a story of fortunes amassed, hidden, and ultimately lost amidst the chaos of conflict. The treasure, rumored to be vast and composed of gold, silver, and other valuables, represents not just monetary wealth, but also a tangible link to a pivotal moment in American history. The treasure's origins can be traced back to the waning days of the Confederacy in 1865. As the Union Army advanced, Confederate officials and sympathizers sought to safeguard the Confederacy's remaining assets. This included not only government funds, but also personal fortunes entrusted to the Confederacy for safekeeping. The fall of Richmond, the Confederate capital, marked a turning point. With Union forces closing in, the Confederate treasury, containing a significant amount of gold and silver, was evacuated southward. The journey of this treasure trove, along with other valuables, became shrouded in secrecy and uncertainty. Records are incomplete, and first-hand accounts are often contradictory, adding to the mystery. The frantic relocation, coupled with the fog of war, created fertile ground for the legend of the lost Confederate treasure to take root. The lost Confederate treasure, though now the stuff of legend, held immense importance during the Civil War. It represented the last bastion of financial stability for the struggling Confederacy. These funds were intended to finance the continuation of the war effort, a lifeline for a Confederacy facing dwindling resources and manpower. The Confederate government was acutely aware of its precarious financial situation. The Union blockade had crippled the South's economy, and inflation had ravaged its currency. The treasure, therefore, represented more than just monetary value. It was a symbol of hope and resistance. It fueled the Confederacy's determination to fight on, to secure its independence. The loss of the treasure would have been a devastating blow, effectively crippling its ability to sustain military operations. The story of the lost Confederate treasure is populated by a cast of intriguing characters, each playing a role in the mystery surrounding its disappearance. These individuals, some famous, others less so, are forever linked to the treasure's elusive trail. Their actions, motivations, and fates continue to fuel speculation and intrigue. One of the central figures is Jefferson Davis, the President of the Confederacy. Davis oversaw the evacuation of the Confederate treasury from Richmond, and his knowledge of the treasure's whereabouts was undeniable. However, Davis was captured by Union forces shortly after the war's end, and while he was imprisoned, he maintained that the Confederate government possessed no remaining assets. Another key figure is George Trenholm, the Confederacy's last treasurer. Trenholm was entrusted with managing the Confederacy's dwindling finances and played a crucial role in the treasure's movement. He oversaw its transport and distribution, attempting to keep one step ahead of the advancing Union Army. Trenholm's knowledge of the treasure's final destination likely died with him in 1873. The stories of these individuals and many others are intertwined with the legend of the lost Confederate treasure. The whereabouts of the lost Confederate treasure remain one of the most enduring mysteries of the Civil War era. Over the years, countless theories and speculations have arisen, each attempting to pinpoint the final resting place of this elusive fortune. These theories, often based on a mix of historical accounts, local folklore, and wishful thinking, span a vast geographical area, from the deep south to points further afield. One prevailing theory suggests that the treasure was buried in multiple locations throughout the South. This theory posits that the Confederacy, recognizing the vulnerability of transporting a large sum of treasure, opted to divide it into smaller caches. These caches, it is believed, were entrusted to trusted individuals or buried in secret locations with the intention of retrieving them after the war. Another theory proposes that the treasure was smuggled out of the Confederacy and deposited in foreign banks. This theory hinges on the Confederacy's efforts to secure foreign support during the war. Proponents argue that Confederate agents may have transferred funds to banks in Europe or Mexico, hoping to safeguard them from Union seizure. The enduring mystery of the lost Confederate treasure lies in the lack of concrete evidence. The allure of the lost Confederate treasure has inspired countless expeditions and treasure hunts over the years. Armed with metal detectors, shovels, and dreams of striking it rich, adventurers, historians, and treasure seekers alike have embarked on quests to uncover the legendary fortune. While none have definitively located the treasure, some expeditions stand out for their scale, determination, and the tantalizing clues they've unearthed. One such expedition took place in the 1980s in Adams County, Mississippi. Led by a group of treasure hunters convinced they had deciphered coded messages leading to the treasure, the expedition spent several months excavating a site near the Homoquito River. While they unearthed a number of artifacts dating back to the Civil War era, the elusive treasure remained out of reach. Another notable expedition unfolded in the late 1990s in Lake Michigan. This expedition focused on the wreckage of the SS Griffin, a Confederate blockade runner rumored to have sunk with a cargo of gold. Using advanced sonar technology, the team surveyed the lake bed, hoping to locate the wreckage and potentially recover a portion of the lost treasure. While the expedition yielded valuable information about the Griffin and its final resting place, the treasure remained elusive.